blue expanse, critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to Seaworld's Orca Encounter. My name is Emily, and I'm honored to introduce you to these intriguing and majestic animals. There's nothing like seeing a killer whale up close and learning about them and their natural behavior. We hope this orca encounter will help.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types, or ecotypes, of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
Natural wonder. And Shuka is going to help me show you some of her physical characteristics. Her blowholes are perfectly designed for getting a quick breath at the surface. Even the location of her eyes works to her advantage. And they look like they're on that white oval eye patch, but that's a visual distraction. They're actually in the black area just in front, camouflage from their prey. The fin on her back is called a dorsal fin. Now dorsal fins lack any skeletal support, so sometimes you may see them curve. Unlike the dorsal fin, the pectoral flippers on either side of her body do have bones. They're used mainly for steering and stopping. had a similar bone structure to that of our hands. The lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes. Now the tail fluke is the killer whale's engine, propelling them at speeds of close to 30 miles per hour. But they swim the fastest and use the most power, propelling their up to 10,000-pound bodies up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at Seaworld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at Seaworld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a form of communication. They'll use pectoral slaps to get noticed and to show their dominance. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breach. Sky hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings while they hunt. Slaps are another form of communication that killer whales will use in the wild. Orcas are great communicators, so it's no wonder they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Whales in the southern hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Watch as Hika does a similar behavior and movement as he cruises around the pool. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves, washing over floating ice and knocking seals into the water. Watch as our whales demonstrate the same wave-making technique, showing you one of the many complex and impressive hunting abilities that killer whales have developed all around the world. Now you've just seen these waves crashing in front of you. You can't really imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. But luckily I have one brave volunteer who's offered to feel the power of the waves made by the whale. Okay, you two ready? Come on down and take a seat right here. Now put your back all the way up against the glass and hang on tight. Now you guys got to see the seal get washed off the ice floe, right? Well, you are going to play the role of the seal. So you're lucky it's a nice cold 55-degree water for you today. Okay, looks like our whales are on their way, so hang on tight. Okay, here comes Shuka, and here comes her wave. She's a honey bad freaking sound. Awesome job! Thank you for being such a great volunteer! Give a big round of applause! Now, because killer whales are found in all parts of the ocean, it's no surprise they eat all different types of prey, including other whales. Now, the blue whale on the screen is the largest animal on Earth. It's 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than Keat. So how can a whale of this size prey on a whale of that size in the wild? It's possible because killer whales are the ultimate team player.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for orcas. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Orcas spend a lot of time interacting and showing off their playful side, both in the wild as well as right here at Seaworld. Porpoising is when the whales swim fast to the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. them doing this when catching the ride in the wake of a boat or surfing on a wave. Killer whales like to be touched and will often be seen rubbing their bellies on rocks when they can. You'll see our whales doing the same type of rubbing behavior here, just like the whales in British Columbia would. You'll also see whales imitating each other in the wild. We see it here at Seaworld all the time. The whales are always mimicking and learning from each other. Playful behavior has a purpose. Many of the behaviors you've seen here today are used while hunting the sunfish. But it looks like our whales might just be stunning all of you. We interact with our whales every day, which allows us to share trusted relationships and provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here at Seaworld take an active role in their own health and well-being. Now when our whales learn to roll over and off with their tail flukes, like you see Ikaika doing on the far side, this is really important because we can have our veterinarians come out and get a blood sample to check his overall health. Our whales will even slide it onto his scale, like you see Orca doing on the video. This is important because this is how we weigh our whales. We do this behavior each and every week to help to make sure that our youngsters are growing at a healthy rate and that our adult whales are maintaining a healthy weight. Our whales will even allow us to get a breath sample from their blowhole. All these things are only possible because the relationship we share day after day right here at Seaworld. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a very special whale right here. Now, this is Corky. Corky is our oldest whale here at Seaworld San Diego at 54 years old. But don't let her age fool you. She's a very athletic whale, and she's inspired millions of lives here at Seaworld, including my own. Now, Corky is one of the reasons that I wanted to pursue becoming a trainer, because she's just such an incredible animal, and I've been inspired by these animals and seeing them here in action. We challenge our whales every day to learn new things, engage, and stimulate their minds.
The whales here at Seaworld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at Seaworld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you all so much for joining us here today at Orca Encounter. We hope you've gained a greater appreciation for these incredible animals. Have a great rest of your day here at SeaWorld.